Welcome back to the channel to the fascinating world of American numismatics. Today, we explore the captivating Kennedy $50, a prized treasure that blends history, artistry, and collector appeal. Whether struck at the Denver Mint or issued without a mint mark, this iconic coin stands as a tangible connection to the past and continues to captivate enthusiasts worldwide. Join us as we uncover why this remarkable $50 remains a sought-after collectible and a timeless symbol of American heritage. First up, the 1972 Kennedy $50 stands as a fascinating and emotionally powerful coin within American numismatics, captivating enthusiasts with its blend of history, symbolism, and enduring collector appeal. Often described as a prized treasure of modern U.S. coinage, this $50 continues to attract strong market interest due to its iconic design, transitional era production, and the reverence associated with President John F. Kennedy. Whether bearing the Denver D mint mark or struck without a mint mark at Philadelphia, the 1972 issue holds a special place in collections worldwide, admired for its legacy and steadily growing demand. Minted during a period of economic change and cultural reflection, the 1972 Kennedy $50 was produced less than a decade after the nation mourned the loss of President Kennedy. Introduced in 1964 as a tribute to his legacy, the series had by 1972 transitioned fully into copper-nickel-clad composition, reflecting rising silver prices and shifting mint policies. These coins served both as circulating currency and symbolic keepsakes, acting as a tangible connection to America's recent past during a time of political and social transformation. Within the broader Kennedy $50 series, the 1972 issue represents an important midpoint between the early silver era and later modern minting practices. Coins from this year were struck at the Denver Mint with a D mint mark, and at the Philadelphia Mint, without a mint mark, reinforcing the traditional U.S. system where Philadelphia issues typically lacked identifying marks. This dual mint production adds depth to the series and encourages collectors to pursue complete year-end mint sets. The obverse features Gilroy Roberts' dignified portrait of President John F. Kennedy, facing left with a calm yet resolute expression. The inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" frame the design, while the date 1972 anchors the coin firmly in its historical era. In high-grade condition, the sharp hair detail and frosted surfaces create striking visual contrast, enhancing the coin's aesthetic appeal and making premium examples especially desirable to collectors. Reverse design and artistic detail. On the reverse, Frank Gasparo's powerful presidential seal dominates the composition, with a heraldic eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. A ring of stars represents the original states, while United States of America and $50 complete the authoritative design. Well-preserved 1972 examples often display crisp feather detail and strong rim definition, attributes that significantly elevate collector interest. Composition and physical characteristics. The 1972 Kennedy $50 measures 30.6 mm in diameter and weighs 11.34 grams, composed of a copper-nickel-clad outer layer bonded to a pure copper core. Although no longer struck in silver, these coins retain a substantial feel that many collectors find appealing. Their durability allowed them to survive circulation, though truly pristine examples remain elusive decades later. Mint marks and production variations. Coins struck at the Denver Mint carry the D mint mark beneath Kennedy's neck, while Philadelphia Mint examples were issued without a mint mark, a detail that continues to intrigue new collectors. Subtle differences in strike quality between the mints further enhance the appeal, with Denver coins often displaying stronger details, while Philadelphia pieces sometimes show softer strikes but smoother surfaces. 8. Rarity factors and collector demand. While overall mintages were substantial, genuine rarity emerges in high-grade uncirculated and gem conditions. Coins that avoided heavy bag marks, surface abrasions, or dull luster are increasingly difficult to locate. This conditioned scarcity, rather than low production numbers, drives strong collector demand and elevates premium examples into the category of ultra-desirable modern classics. Condition sensitivity and grading. Condition plays a decisive role in the value of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar. Coins graded MS-65 or higher by professional services are particularly sought after, as they showcase full luster, sharp design elements, and minimal contact marks. Certified specimens provide collectors with confidence and long-term security, making them preferred choices in competitive numismatic markets, error coins, and special interest varieties. Certain 1972 Kennedy half-dollars have gained additional attention due to minor die variations, strike anomalies, or off-center errors. While major double die varieties are scarce, even subtle minting irregularities can significantly increase desirability. These pieces add excitement to the hunt and offer advanced collectors opportunities to acquire something truly distinctive. Market value overview. In today's market, circulated examples typically trade in the $3 to $10 range, while uncirculated coins often command $20 to $75, depending on eye appeal. Certified high-grade pieces, particularly MS-66 and above, can realistically range from $150 to over $600, with exceptional examples or error varieties reaching even higher levels through auctions or private sales. Investment trends and appreciation. The long-term outlook for the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar remains positive. Growing interest in mid-20th century U.S. coinage, combined with nostalgia and limited high-grade survivors, supports steady appreciation. Collectors increasingly recognize these coins as undervalued historical artifacts rather than mere modern issues. Collecting tips for enthusiasts. Collectors are advised to prioritize certified high-grade examples, especially when pursuing Denver-minted or pristine Philadelphia pieces. Careful inspection for luster quality, strike sharpness, and surface preservation is essential. Purchasing from reputable dealers or established auction platforms ensures authenticity and fair market pricing. Preservation and storage advice. Proper storage is critical to maintaining value. Coins should be housed in protective holders or slabs, kept away from humidity, and handled minimally. Avoid cleaning or polishing, as such actions permanently damage surfaces and drastically reduce collector value. In conclusion, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, whether bearing the D mint mark or issued without a mint mark, represents a compelling fusion of history, artistry, and collectible appeal. As a tangible connection to a pivotal era in American memory, it continues to captivate enthusiasts and stands as a prized treasure within modern U.S. numismatics. For collectors seeking lasting value, historical depth, and visual elegance, this coin remains a rewarding and meaningful addition to any serious collection. Next up, the 1973 D. Kennedy half-dollar stands as a fascinating and highly sought-after piece within modern American numismatics, admired for its subtle rarity, historical resonance, and enduring collector appeal. While not widely encountered in everyday circulation, this Denver-minted issue captivates enthusiasts because of its unique production circumstances and its strong connection to a transformative era in U.S. history. For collectors who appreciate coins that blend symbolism, strained availability, and aesthetic strength, the 1973 D half-dollar represents a prized treasure that continues to grow in desirability. Its status as a coin primarily available through official mint sets adds to its mystique, making it a compelling target for both seasoned numismatists and ambitious newcomers. Historical context: a coin born in a transitional era. The 1973 D. Kennedy half-dollar was minted during a period of economic adjustment and cultural change in the United States. Issued just a decade after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy, the coin remained a powerful tribute to his legacy. By 1973, silver had already been removed from circulating half-dollars, marking a new chapter in U.S. coinage focused on copper-nickel-clad compositions. The Denver Mint produced this issue not for general circulation, but specifically for inclusion in official U.S. mint sets, reflecting a shift in how collectors accessed contemporary coinage. This limited distribution method firmly ties the coin to a unique moment in American monetary history, placed within the Kennedy half-dollar series. Within the broader Kennedy half-dollar series, the 1973 D issue occupies a distinctive and respected position. Unlike earlier circulation strikes or later high-mintage releases, this coin belongs to a small group of early 1970s issues that were never released for everyday commerce. As a result, collectors often regard it as a semi-key modern date when assembling a complete date-hand mint collection. Its role as a bridge between the early silver era and later mass-produced clad issues strengthens its historical importance and reinforces its reputation as a tangible link to evolving mint policies. Minting location and production significance. Struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the bold D mint mark on the obverse, the 1973 D half-dollar reflects the precision and consistency for which the facility is known. The Denver Mint's role during this period was crucial, supplying high-quality coins intended primarily for collectors rather than circulation. This limited production pathway significantly influenced how many examples survived in premium condition. Because most coins remained sealed in mint packaging, pristine specimens are attainable but still far scarcer than typical circulation issues from other years. Obverse design, a timeless presidential portrait. The obverse of the 1973 D Kennedy half-dollar features Gilroy Roberts' iconic left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy. The design captures dignity, optimism, and strength, qualities that continue to resonate deeply with collectors. The inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" frame the portrait with balanced elegance, while the date, 1973, and the discrete D mint mark anchor the coin historically. In high-grade condition, the obverse displays sharp hair detail, smooth fields, and strong luster that elevate its visual appeal. Reverse design, symbolism of strength and unity. On the reverse, Frank Gasparo's presidential seal design delivers powerful symbolism. The heraldic eagle, clutching arrows, and an olive branch represents both readiness and peace, reinforcing enduring American ideals. A ring of stars encircles the eagle, symbolizing the unity of the states, while bold lettering announces United States of America and half-dollar. When well preserved, the reverse reveals crisp feather detail and strong contrast, making high-grade examples especially striking to collectors. Composition, size, and physical characteristics. The 1973 D Kennedy half-dollar is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure, with an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. It weighs 11.34 grams, measures 30.6 in diameter, and has a reeded edge. These specifications align with modern half-dollars, yet the coin's overall finish, particularly in mint-set condition, often appears sharper and more refined than circulation strikes from later decades. Visual appeal in high-grade condition. In uncirculated or near-gem condition, the 1973 D half-dollar can display impressive mint luster, clean fields, and sharply struck devices. Many collectors seek examples graded MS65 or higher, where the coin exhibits strong eye appeal and minimal contact marks. Coins with frosty brilliance or subtle tunning patterns are especially admired, as they enhance the artistic depth of the design and elevate the coin beyond its face value significance. Rarity explained, scarcity through distribution. While not rare in absolute numbers, the 1973 D Kennedy half-dollar is considered scarcer in collector-grade condition because it was never released into circulation. Its availability depended almost entirely on the survival of intact mint sets. Over time, Many sets were broken apart or mishandled, reducing the population of premium examples. This controlled distribution model makes high-quality pieces increasingly difficult to locate today, particularly those certified by major grading services. Condition sensitivity and collector demand. Condition plays a decisive role in determining the desirability of this coin. Lower-grade examples may be accessible, but true collector demand centers on sharply struck, unblemished specimens. Coins graded MS66 or MS67 are notably challenging to find and command strong premiums. Even slight abrasions or dull surfaces can significantly affect value, reinforcing the importance of careful evaluation and professional grading. 11. Varieties and subtle collectible differences. Although major dramatic errors are uncommon, collectors often study the 1973 D issue for minor die variations, strike strength differences, and luster characteristics. Subtle distinctions in lettering sharpness or field texture can influence desirability. Some enthusiasts also seek exceptionally well-centered strikes or coins with attractive natural tunning, which can elevate otherwise standard examples into standout collectibles. 12. Market value and price range. In today's market, the value of a 1973 D Kennedy half-dollar varies widely by condition. Typical uncirculated examples often trade in the $10 to $25 range, while certified pieces in MS65 may range from $40 to $80. High-end examples graded MS66 to MS67 can realistically reach $150 to $500 or more, depending on eye appeal and demand. These values reflect steady collector interest rather than speculation, supported by auction records and long-term trends, investment perspective, and long-term appeal. From an investment standpoint, the 1973 D Kennedy half-dollar offers steady, conservative growth potential rather than dramatic spikes. Its appeal lies in its historical placement, collector scarcity in top grades, and consistent demand from Kennedy series specialists. As interest in complete date and mint collections continues, well-preserved examples are likely to appreciate gradually, making them reliable long-term holdings. Collecting tips and preservation advice. Collectors are encouraged to prioritize certified examples from reputable grading services, especially when targeting higher grades. Purchasing from established dealers or trusted auctions helps ensure authenticity and quality. Proper storage is essential. Coins should be housed in inert holders, kept away from moisture, and handled only by the edges. Engaging with numismatic communities, price guides, and auction archives can also provide valuable insights into evolving market trends. A lasting symbol of history and craftsmanship. In conclusion, the 1973 D Kennedy half-dollar stands as a compelling blend of history, artistry, and controlled rarity. Its connection to a pivotal era, combined with its elegant design and limited method of distribution, makes it a prized collectible for enthusiasts worldwide. As a tangible connection to America's past and a refined example of modern U.S. minting, this coin continues to captivate collectors, rewarding those who pursue it with both historical satisfaction and enduring value. For anyone building a meaningful Kennedy half-dollar collection, the 1973 D remains a worthy and rewarding addition, truly a treasured piece of numismatic heritage. Next up, the 1978 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During that time, coins produced in Philadelphia usually did not carry a mint mark. So if your 1978 half-dollar has no mint mark under President Kennedy's neck on the obverse front, it was made in Philadelphia. This coin is part of the long-running Kennedy half-dollar series that began in 1964, shortly after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963. The U.S. Mint introduced the coin to honor the late president, and it quickly became one of the most collected modern American coins. By 1978, the Kennedy half-dollar was no longer made of silver. From 1965 to 1970, some half dollars contained 40% silver, but starting in 1971, the composition changed to a copper-nickel-clad blend. The 1978 half dollar without mint mark is made of outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. It weighs 11.34 grams and has a diameter of 30.6 millimeters. Because it contains no silver, its value is not based on precious metal content, but rather on condition, rarity, and collector demand. In 1978, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 33,012,890 Kennedy half dollars without a mint mark. This high mintage means the coin is not rare in circulated condition. Most examples found in everyday condition are worth only face value, 50 cents. Even though half dollars were not commonly used in daily transactions by the late 1970s, many were saved in rolls by collectors and banks, which is why uncirculated examples are still widely available today. However, the value increases significantly in high mint state grades. A well-preserved uncirculated coin graded MS-65 or MS-66 can sell for $10 to $30, depending on eye appeal and strike quality. In extremely high grades such as MS-67, the coin can reach $150 to $300 or more at auction. The most valuable examples are those with exceptional luster, no contact marks, and strong detail in Kennedy's hair and jawline. There are also special varieties collectors look for, including errors and die varieties. Coins with doubled dies, off-center strikes, clip planchets, or other mint errors can sell for higher prices. A dramatic error coin could be worth $50, $100, or even several $100s, depending on the type and condition. These error coins are much rarer than regular issues and attract serious collectors. The reverse of the 1978 Kennedy half dollar features the presidential seal, designed by Frank Gasparro. It shows a heraldic eagle holding an olive branch and arrows, symbolizing peace and strength. The obverse portrait of President Kennedy was designed by Gilroy Roberts, based on Kennedy's presidential medal portrait. This iconic design has remained mostly unchanged for decades, making the Kennedy half dollar one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. history. Although the 1978 half dollar without mint mark is not considered rare, it remains historically important as part of the post-silver era of American coinage. It represents a time when half dollars were slowly disappearing from everyday circulation, but remained popular among collectors. For many people, finding one in pocket change still feels special because half dollars are not commonly seen today. In today's market, a normal circulated 1978 Kennedy half dollar without mint mark is worth 50 cents to $1, while uncirculated examples may range from $5 to $30+, depending on grade. Only the highest graded or error coins bring premium prices. While it will not make someone a millionaire overnight, it is still a meaningful collectible piece of American history. Next up, the 1985 P. Kennedy half dollar is an important modern issue in the long-running Kennedy half dollar series, which began in 1964, shortly after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The coin was introduced as a tribute to the late president, and it quickly became one of the most recognized coins in American history. By 1985, the series had already gone through major composition changes. The original 1964 coins were struck in 90% silver, and from 1965 to 1970, the half dollars contained 40% silver. However, starting in 1971, the coin transitioned to a copper-nickel-clad composition for regular circulation. The 1985 P. Kennedy half dollar belongs to this modern clad era. The P mint mark on the 1985 half dollar represents the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most historic mints in the United States, established in 1792. Interestingly, Philadelphia coins did not always carry a mint mark in earlier decades. However, beginning in 1980, the P mint mark was added to most denominations struck in Philadelphia, including the half-dollar. On the 1985 P Kennedy half-dollar, the mint mark can be found on the obverse front of the coin, just below President Kennedy's portrait and above the date area near the truncation of the neck. The design of the 1985 P Kennedy half-dollar remains largely unchanged from the original 1964 design. The obverse was designed by Gilray Roberts, featuring a left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy. The inscriptions include Liberty along the top rim, In God We Trust below the chin, and the date 1985 at the bottom. The reverse was designed by Frank Gasparo and displays the presidential seal, featuring a heraldic eagle with a shield on its chest, holding an olive branch and arrows in its talons. Surrounding the eagle are 50 stars representing the states, along with the inscriptions United States of America and half-dollar. In terms of specifications, the 1985 P Kennedy half-dollar is composed of outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The total copper content is approximately 91.67%, and nickel makes up about 8.33%. The coin weighs 11.34 grams, has a diameter of 30.61 millimeters, and features a reeded edge. Because it is a clad coin with no silver content, its intrinsic metal value is very low compared to earlier silver issues. The mintage of the 1985 P Kennedy half-dollar was relatively low compared to earlier decades when hundreds of millions were produced. In 1985, the Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 2,652,866 circulation coins. During the 1980s, half-dollars were not widely used in everyday commerce, so production numbers were significantly reduced. Many of these coins were saved by collectors in uncirculated condition, which means they are not extremely rare today, despite the lower mintage compared to earlier years. When it comes to value, the 1985 P Kennedy half-dollar is generally worth face value, 50 cents, in circulated condition. In uncirculated mint state condition, it may sell for $1 to $5, depending on quality. High-grade examples certified MS-65 or higher by professional grading services can bring higher prices, sometimes $20 to $50 or more, especially if they have exceptional luster and minimal marks. However, this coin is not considered a major rarity, and it does not typically command extremely high prices like key-date silver coins. In summary, the 1985 P Kennedy half-dollar represents a period in U.S. coinage when half-dollars were primarily collected rather than widely circulated. It carries historical significance as part of the enduring tribute to President John F. Kennedy and reflects the modern clad era of American coin production. While it may not be a rare or highly valuable coin in most conditions, it remains an important piece for collectors building a complete Kennedy half-dollar set. Thanks for watching Numisma Hub. Hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon, and stay tuned for more rare and valuable coin discoveries.